Welcome back, Tamers. Today we are doing, of course, another giveaway. Again, I have so much bulk. So aside from getting bulk, today I'm giving away these cards because we are doing a Grandrac / DEXdorugoramon deck list today. And these are the cards that I'm be giving away. It's going to be a playset of each. I'm not going to go through them just to save some time. But bam, there you go. And then obviously the clutch cards here, we're giving away another box topper of Tumblemon, because I have so many box toppers and I figured this would be the best way to just give them away. So we're doing that. And then of course we're giving away the monsters of this deck list. I'm giving away a playset of Grandracmon. Really amazing card. So many ways you could build this deck. And then of course the other monster here is I'm giving away 3 DEXdoruGreymon, and there we go. All you gotta do is make sure you subscribe to my channel, leave a like on this video, and comment down below. And when you comment down below, hashtag zombie, because this is a zombie deck. You can just bring people from the trash to the play area and it's so much fun. Anyway, the winner will be announced on August 20th, 12 PM CST. Details will be down below. And let's get into this deck list. Alright guys, so here we go. This is our zombie deck list with Grandracmon and DEXdorugoramon. And this deck is amazing just because you can digivolve from when you attack, and then you actually digivolve from the trash instead of your hand. So it kind of gives you that good ability of being able to digivolve from your hand if you have the mega in your hand, or if you have it in your trash, you could also do it from there. So we'll talk about that. So let's just start off with these digi eggs here. The Sangloupmon BT6. Your turn, once per turn, when you trash a card in your hand using one of your effects, you trigger draw 1, which there's going to be a lot of times when this does come up, allowing you to draw an extra card. So kind of giving you obviously a little more draw power and helping you get the pieces that you may need. So on with the rookies, I do have 1 Gazimon, and you could run 2. I'll talk about it in a little bit. But this one, obviously your opponent can't gain memory except with tamer effects, which is really good, especially against the Alphamon matchups. So you may want to run more than 1. And you can go back and forth here. I had two Gazimons and 2 Psychmons. You can do however you want. Probably more than 1 Gazimon. The only reason I didn't is for, we'll talk about Gobumon's effect. But again, this is really good for the Alphamon matchup where you can kind of restrict them. So if they go to Oryuken, they can't use his effect and gain memory. So Gazimon is really good. So you could actually go back up to 2 or 3 if you want to, even 4. Then we got 2 of these Goblinmon. Your turn, once per turn, when you trash a card in your hand using one of your effects, this Digimon gets 2000 DP. Now, I was playing around with this Goblinmon. I'm gonna be honest, it's not necessary in this deck, so you can't get away obviously with more Gazimon, like I said. The reason is if I just want to swing over things, because you don't get any DP increase in this deck list. So this was kind of a way of me doing it, since you're able to trash and then you get more DP. And then with the ultimate that we run here, the Matadormon, so when you do that, then it gets another 2000 DP, making it 10,000 DP when you do swing. And then of course if you digivolve, it will stack it onto the Grandracmon or the DEXdoru, and then that way it'll give it the other 2000 DP plus the 3000 from the ultimate, which allows you to swing over things. So that's why I did run 2 Goblinmon. You don't have to. And then of course the 1 Psychmon, players can't reduce play cost. As we see in this format, this reducing play cost is kind of coming back, especially with my Gaiomon decklist build. If you guys haven't seen it, check that out. Thank you so much for that support on that video. This would kind of shut that down because you can't reduce play cost. So it would shut down Deltamon, it will shut down Maki, and so forth. So Psychmon is also good. So again, if you don't want to run the Goblinmons, you don't have to at all. You can do 2 Gazimon, 2 Psychmon. And then moving on to the other, I was about to champions, to the other rookies here. We are running 4 of the Dracmon. Now this Dracmon is very good because it does so many things. So when you on play it, you reveal 3 cards. You trash 1 card that's undead or dark animal, and then the other one you put in your hand as long as it's undead or dark animal, and then the rest go back into the bottom of your deck. Keep in mind here, let's say you reveal 3 cards and it's 2 Isemon, Scatter Mode, and 1 Isemon. You can't trash any of those, and you can't get any of those because they do not have dark animal or undead, so therefore they would all go back to the bottom of your deck. So you do gotta be mindful of when you play Dracmon, because you won't always get its effect. But the reason why that's so good is because you want to start your trash going, or you want to get your trash going. You want to, you know, either get DEXdorumons in there, you want to get Dracmons in there, you know, whatever you may need. So when you swing, and that's why the inherit here, I should have probably talked about that first. So when attacking, this Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with undead or dark animal and its traits from the trash. So you can see how that's kind of going to help build it up there, and that's why that Dracmon is very good. So we are running 4 of those. Moving on, we are running 4 of the starter Dex 6 Gobumon. You are going to be attacking because, as you just read Dracmon's inherit here, when you attack you can trigger that effect, although you're not going to be using it on top of Gobumon obviously, but it's more for when you have champions or ultimates. So this Gobumon, when attacking, you trigger, draw 1, and then you trash 1. So this will make your Pseudomon pop off. This would also make, well, it's not going to make Gobumon pop off because they're both rookies, so it'll definitely make your Pseudomon pop off, therefore you draw another card. So you'll draw 2 cards and trash 1, which is very good. Then 3 of the Isemon scatter mode. Here I was doing the Doberman, the one I think came out BT8 with on deletion, because it's kind of the same thing and it's an undead or dark traits, but then you're really never going to use the effect of, you know, when attacking Digivolve from your trash for champions. You're only really going to use it to get ultimates and megas, so that's why I didn't end up running the Doberman. And not to mention, I have a high champion count here, and if I'm breaking and I only have Isemon, it's not gonna hurt that much to play it for 4 as opposed to playing a champion for like 6 or 7 or 5. So, and then of course the deletion for this Isemon scatter mode is just crazy, right? On deletion, drop 3 cards and then you trash 2. Again, it's gonna help you build up that trash, so when you do attack you can digivolve from the trash. Really fantastic card. Not to mention, if you do have the Gobumon underneath, that triggers as well because you can attack with scatter mode. A lot of the times people are not going to want to delete your Isemon scatter mode, which can be a really good chipping card because as long as it doesn't die, you're just going to keep swinging because you want to get it deleted. Or you just go ahead and digivolve and build up to your mega. So I am running 3, and then of course you just cannot, you have to run Isemon. You can't run scatter mode without Isemon. So this card, when you trash this card in your hand using one of your effects, if Isemon scatter mode is in the trash, you can play this card for free. Then during your turn, keep in mind it's every turn, not just when you play it. For each Isemon scatter mode in your trash, this Digimon gets 2000 DP. So we have 3 here. So potentially he could get 2, 4, 6. He could jump up to 11,000 DP and swing. That's really nice. Even, you know, with all the trashing that's going on here, we do have ways to get Digimon from the trash back into your hand in case this Isemon does get trashed. Not to mention, this is limited, so you can't run more than 1. Just remember that if you do not know that. This Isemon is banned or limited to 1. You can run 4 of these if you want to, but with the space that we have here, it's not, I couldn't do it. Moving on, we are running 4 of the Sangloupmon, and this is really good. It's a 2-cost Evo, and it has the same inherit as that Dracmon. When you swing, then this Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with undead or dark animal in its traits or trash, or paying its Digivolution cost. Moving on, 4 of the DEXdoruGreymon, and this card is really nice. It is a 3-cost for level 3, so it's a little pricey, but then its effect does allow you to gain 1 memory back. When digivolving, you may trash 1 card with Dex or Death X in its name, or X anybody in its traits in your hand to gain 1 memory. So we are running a lot of, not a lot, but we are running a significant amount of Dex and Death X in this deck list. So you are going to be able to get that memory back, costing you 2. Just keep in mind, this is not going to work if you're doing it in the breeding area because effects don't work in the breeding area. When digivolving, if this Digimon has DoruGreymon in its Digivolution cards, or is digivolving from the trash, that's key. One of your Digimon gains blocker and retaliation until the end of your opponent's turn. So when digivolving from trash isn't really going to trigger from you attacking with Dracmon or a champion since he's a champion, but that Grandracmon is going to allow you to digivolve it from trash, which we'll get to, and then therefore you being able to get this blocker and retaliation since you're going to be able to digivolve it from the trash. So this is the other champion that I wanted to do, and it's also going to be a target for that DEXmon that we are running in this build. So I'm running 4 of these DEXdoruGreymons. Now let's look at our ultimates, and I am running 4 of the Matadormon. And when attacking, you may trash 1 card with undead or dark animal and its traits in your hand to have this Digimon gain 3000 DP for the turn. Your turn, when this Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon card from the trash, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. So this is really good. And another reason I'm running this DEXdoruGamon and the DEXdoruGreymon is because they have undead in their traits. So they all synergize together, and that's what is really nice. So now let's say I have Sangloupmon in the bottom, or even Dracmon in the bottom of this Matadormon, and I swing with this card. Now, since I'm attacking, I can trash 1 card. So let's say you don't have a Grandracmon or a Dex in the trash. Now, when attacking, you can trash it. Now you get 3000 DP, and you can trash it because they have undead and dark animal in their traits. Then you can digivolve that card that you just trashed. Boom, digivolve it on top of here, and it gets reduced by 1 when you do that. Therefore, them costing either 4 or 3 when you digivolve. So you can kind of see the synergy here. And then obviously that 3000 DP does stack, and it goes to your mega for the turn. So just keep that in mind. That is another way you could get DP for your mega, therefore resulting that you don't really have to run this Gobumon again. So you can just go to 2 and 2 since you have another way of getting DP from this Matadormon. Then we are running 4 of the DEXdoruGreymon. Has the same ability of the DoruGreymon. When digivolving, you can trash 1 card with Dex, Death X, or X anybody to gain 1 memory back, therefore costing a 3. Remember, you can't do this in the breeding area because it's an effect and it won't work. When digivolving, if this Digimon has DoruGrey or has been digivolved from the trash, delete 1 of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. This is really nice because with when you attack with Sangloupmon, if you have Dracmon or any champion, if you have Dracmon underneath, you can either go into the Matadormon, or you can go into DEXdoruGreymon from the trash, and then you can either pop a level 4 or obviously just get into your other ultimate. But that's a way that this effect triggers. And not to mention, since you are still digivolving, you can trigger this effect. Now you just gain a memory. And this still costs for 3. There will be times with if you use Grandracmon, digivolve for free, and then you gain 1 memory, which we'll get to in a bit. Really exciting. Moving on, you do see that I have 51 cards out of 50 here, and we'll just talk about it right now instead of waiting to get into it. Golfmon. This was a tech card that I think would be good in here, but the space is just not there. The way I was doing it, I was running 2 DEXdorugoramons and 1 Golfmon, but you just want to see 3. I almost want to run 4 of this DEXdorugoramon, but the whole deck list really focuses on, you know, having this guy out to kind of help you widen your board, kind of have that zombie theme going here. So the Golfmon is when digivolving, all players trash cards in their hand until they have 5 cards left. So maybe thinking like, okay, why would you want to do that? You're helping build trash. Yes, but then keep in mind for like Matadormon X, you know, a lot of their effects is if they have 8 or more cards in their hand, it triggers a lot of effects. So this helps you kind of mitigate that and just trash cards. So that is a reason why I did it. And then your turn, once per turn, when one of your effects trashes a card in your hand, you may unsuspend 1 of your Digimon. So you can either unsuspend this Golfmon, or you can unsuspend something else that you have in the field, and then you can potentially swing twice in that 1 turn. So that is why I thought of running a Golfmon, just 1 for attack. Really cool combos that you could do there. Not to mention, every time you attack, if you have this Gobumon underneath, right, you trash a card, you're gonna pop Golfmon's effect, and you're able to unsuspend every turn, once per turn, because you are trashing a card from your hand. So again, that is why I wanted to run a Golfmon, but I just didn't see the possibility of just cutting 1. It works, but that you're not going to be able to see much of DEXdoru, which you do want to see. So moving on, we are running 4 of the Grandracmons. When digivolving, you may play 1 purple level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. So this is pretty, I don't want to say it's busted, but it's nearly there. Because 2 things. You play a Digimon for free from your trash, level 3, purple, but their on plays trigger. It doesn't say their on plays do not trigger. So now if you digivolve into this Grandracmon, you go ahead and play a Dracmon, and now his on play triggers, and now you can keep kind of building your trash. So it's really nice. And then his second effect, this is what's really nasty. End of attack, once per turn, you may digivolve one of your other Digimon into a Digimon card with Undead or Dark Animal in its trace from your trash without paying its memory cost. That's busted. That is busted. Because now, you know, you use Matadormon's effect, you trash a card, let's say I'm gonna trash a Dracmon, and now I'm gonna digivolve, get the 3000 TP. I have a Grandracmon in the trash, digivolve to that Grandracmon, and now play that Dracmon that I just trashed, bring him out to the field. My Grandracmon is more than likely gonna survive because my DP is gonna be at 15,000 when I swing, right? And now at the end of attack, now I can digivolve it from the trash, and I can go ahead and digivolve into a DEXdoruGreymon from the trash into the Dracmon, giving him blocker and retaliation, or go into another Sangloupmon, but in this case you already have that inherit with Dracmon, so you're going to want to do DEXdorugoramon. And if you end up playing Gobumon, then of course you would go into the Sangloupmon. So you kind of see it's kind of a little cycle here that you want to kind of go through, and they're not going to want to delete this DEXdoruGreymon because it's going to have retaliation, and you could swing over bodies and kind of, you know, do a stalemate there. If you don't, then next turn just go ahead and swing with Grandracmon, and now you're going to digivolve this DEXdoruGreymon for free, go into a Matador or a DEXdoru. If you go into this Matadormon, you swing, you trash another card, and now let's say you want to trash this DEXdoruGreymon, you digivolve for free after the attack of this, or just using the effect of that. You get what I'm saying. There's so many combos that you can do, and it's just so freaking nasty. I love it. So let's move on into the DEXdoruGreymon. I am running 3. So this one, 13,000 DP, 5 for Evo cost, but it is very good. This card is disgusting. When digivolving, if this Digimon has DoruGreymon in its Digivolution cards or is digivolved from trash, which we are doing in this deck, right? Delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. So keep in mind this, you may think, okay, what's the lowest level? Yes. However, this meta is all about building that one stack. So when they have that one stack, that's the only Digimon they have, it's more than likely going to get deleted because it's the lowest level on the field. So keep that in mind. On deletion, here's where it gets nasty again. You may play one purple or black level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. So you can bring out Dracmon again. But what you really want to do is this next one. If you have 5 or more cards with Dex or DeathX in their names in your trash, you may play one DEXmon from your trash without paying its memory cost instead. How busted is that? And with the trash that's going on here, you're able to do it, right? You are able to do it, and that is another reason why I ran 3 of these instead of 2, is because he's another target. So if you have DEXmon there, you know, that's just another target to get 5 and then play a DEXmon for free. Moving on to the DEXmon, which I'm pretty sure everyone knows about, but in case you don't, let's just go through it. 15,000 DP, play cost of 20. So a Dark Eye of Force will not run this over. When you would play this card, reduce its memory cost by 3 for each Digimon and Tamer your opponent has in play. So just keep that in mind. So if they have 2 Tamers and 1 Digimon, that's 3, 6, 9. You can play this for 11. It can get really nasty. On play, when digivolving, de-digivolve 1 all of your opponent's Digimon. Then you delete all of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Just keep in mind, you can't de-digivolve that level 6. And that's kind of the drawback here. So if you're playing this and you're playing it for 11, they have Omega out, you're just digivolving until level 5, and it's not going to delete the level 5 because you're deleting level 4s and lower. So just keep that in mind. You'll still give them enough memory to go into the Mega and potentially wipe you out, or, you know, give you that OTK. End of your opponent's turn. Once per turn, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost. Again, really nasty because we are just saying that one stack format in this set. So really good, and not a lot of cards are going to be able to swing over DEXmon. So overall, just a fantastic card to have, especially, you know, even if it just hits in the security, which is good because then you're going to get rid of, you know, a high DP Digimon if they swing into it, and you're going to have one in your trash, giving you, you know, helping you build up to that 5 so you can play it for free when this DEXdoruGreymon gets deleted. So now moving on into option cards and tamers, we are running 2 Jack raids. Gain 1 memory for every 10 cards in your trash. Pretty self-explanatory, right? And then gain 2 memory from the security. Another tech card that I put in here was Hell's Gate. So going back into that DEXmon scenario where, you know, you play it and you digivolve a level 6 and that level 5 stays there. So instead of playing that DEX, dropping it for that much, you know, play cost, you can just play a Hell's Gate and make sure it gets deleted, because Hell's Gate delete one of your opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon. And security, it goes to your hand. So that sucks, but then that's also good because you may want to hold on to that Hell's Gate to play it specifically, let's say when they have an Oryuken out in the field and then you just delete it. So this is another tech card that I'm running here, is a Hell's Gate. And then 2 Calling from Darkness. Delete one of your Digimon, then return up to 2 purple Digimon cards from your trash to your hand. If I have this DEXdorugoramon, I swing, he didn't die. I want to get DEXmon out to clear board. Now we're just gonna go ahead like, okay, let's go ahead and play a Calling from Darkness. We're gonna pop my DEXdorugoramon. His on deletion effects triggers, and now I play DEXmon for free. So I just played DEXmon for a play cost of 1 if you do meet the requirements of this DEXdorugoramon. So just, it's pretty nasty, man. Like I told you, pretty nasty. Not only that, if your Isemon scatter mode doesn't get deleted, you can play that as well. Pop it, trash 2 cards. If you had Isemon there, you could get it or whatever it is, and then there you go. So 2 Calling from Darkness, and then DEX Digivolution I think is very good here. While you have a Digimon with X antibody and strays, you can play it without meeting its color requirement. You're not gonna have to worry about that because all our cards here are purple. It is a play cost of 0. During your main phase, you may digivolve one of your Digimon into a Digimon card with Dex or DEX in its name from your trash for its memory cost. And then obviously the security, add this card to your hand. Why am I running 1? Well, honestly, there could be times where you don't have a Sangloupmon or a Dracmon underneath, and you do have this Matadormon, or you have the DEXdoruGreymon. You can just play this for free and then just digivolve for the play cost of that DEXdoru. Or if you have DEXdoru, you want to digivolve into the DEXmon, but you don't have enough sources to play it for free if it gets deleted, then you just play this and then you just digivolve from the trash for 6. And then of course the biggest thing is you're digivolving from trash, so then you'd be able to pop off this DEXdorugoramon's effect because you're going to be digivolving it from the trash in case you don't have Sangloupmon or Dracmon. So we are running just 1 DEX Digivolution, and then to finish it off here, I am running 2 mats because getting memory choke sucks. So therefore, helping you always be at 3 memory, and then on play return 1 purple Digimon card or purple option card from your trash to your hand, therefore you potentially being able to recycle DEX Digivolution if you used it, recycle Hell's Gate if you used it, and recycle any of these option cards obviously, or recycle any Digimon that you may not have that you need to play. And there you go, there you have your zombie deck list. It is very fun. As always, thank you for joining me and sticking around. If you do like this deck list video, you gotta check out that Gaiomon deck list out, and I'll see you guys on the next video.